Snake Beastmen every time they consummate the marriage, they will leave a special mark on their bodies. The more such marks they have, the more females have favored them. But these 5 beastmen with stunning looks before her eyes do not have a single mark on their bodies, only because their wife is extremely ugly. Relying on her noble status and position, she forcibly occupied and married them, usually beating or scolding them, and even to achieve her goals, secretly fed them the shy fruit. The beast husbands resisted fiercely, unwilling to comply, and accidentally pushed the woman, causing her to fall, hit the wall, and die. After Suyu received the original host's memories, she wakes completely stunned, surrounded entirely by unfamiliar things. At this moment, Zhaonan struggled against the effects of the drug in his body. Thud, he knelt down. Jahan is not feeling well, unable to serve his wife master, begging for wife master's punishment. Suyu looked down and saw a stunningly beautiful man kneeling by the bed, his posture upright, his entire body exuding a coldness that kept others at a distance. Suyu frowned, only then, realizing she had transmigrated to the beast world continent. The original host was originally a noble heir in the imperial city. After her father's death, she was reported for colluding with demonic beasts and exiled. On the exile journey, Somiana tried to kill the original host. These 5 beast husbands protected their master and were severely injured. Arriving at the Beiluo tribe, the original host not only abused them, but also tried to drug Zhaonan. As a result, she was pushed, hit the wall, and died. Suyu also realized the original host had long been poisoned, which caused her irritable temperament. Up first, Suyu came from the apocalypse, unaccustomed to others kneeling. But as soon as she spoke these words, the cold aura around Zhaonan grew heavier. It is all Jahan's fault. Should not have pushed wife master. Please punish me, wife master. In Zhaonan's view, the more reasonable Suyu seemed, the more cruelly she would abuse them later. If wife master is dissatisfied, divorce Zhaonan. I will have no complaints. No sooner had the words fallen, a man with an enchanting appearance walked in. He took out paper and pen, placing them on the table. If wife master wants a divorce, divorce me as well. Only then did Suyu snap out of the shock of transmigration. I wish I could immediately write a divorce letter to test my wood-based abilities. They've actually become so weak. The environment of this northern Luo tribe is harsh, full of dangers, and she still has enemies in the Beast Emperor city. Currently lacking strength, I still have to rely on these beast husbands for protection. Keep me safe for 3 months, and I'll let you go, give you the divorce letter. Bei and Dizanin were stunned, simply not believing she could be so kind-hearted. Right at that moment, shouts came from outside. It's bad. Sister, your beast husband has been attacked by a magical beast and is about to die. Suyu then remembered she still had 3 beast husbands. Not knowing who was injured, she didn't have to think more, jumped off the bed and ran outside of the house into the yard, only to see several people carrying a green bamboo snake over 10 meters long. Inside, the wounds on the snake's body were horrifying to see, and it was still bleeding. Zhaonan and Bei also rushed out. Seeing Wenhan in this state filled them with helplessness and numbness, thinking perhaps one day they too die silently in this place like this. Suyu took a look. The injured one was actually her snake beast husband Wenhan. His breath was faint, looking like he was about to die. Suyu didn't care about anything else, rushed forward and placed her hand on Wenhan's head. Bei's face changed drastically. What are you doing? He's almost dead, and you still won't let him go? Zhaonan's expression darkened, his body tensed. Suspecting she intended to harm Wenhan, Suyu ignored them, using her weak Muji ability to heal Wenhan. Her consciousness entered Wenhan's mental sea. Inside, she saw a huge green bamboo snake in a bamboo forest, its wounds mottled, bleeding non-stop. Suyu walked forward, reaching out to touch it. The snake's body trembled slightly, but did not Refuse. Suyu felt a softness in her heart and comforted it, saying, "Don't worry. You will get better." As she spoke, green light enveloped Wenhan from her hands, and the wound slowly healed. Wenhan was also astonished, never expecting that his wife actually possessed the legendary healing type ability. He whispered, "Thank you, wife, for treating this male's injuries." After an unknown amount of time, Wenhan's condition improved, but Suyu fainted due to excessive depletion of her ability. Wenhan immediately transformed back to his original form and carried her into the house. Jiaonan and Bei looked utterly incredulous. She had actually awakened a healing ability. In the Beast Emperor City, everyone had considered her trash. The next day, Suyu woke up and washed up. From theater basin, she saw that half of her face had suddenly turned black. The original owner had been insecure about this appearance and controlled by poison, became irritable and quick-tempered. Suyu knew her appearance would recover after detoxification. Stepping out of the room, she saw Wenhan in the courtyard using his ability to chop firewood and ethereal aura emanating from him. Wenhan brought 2 red fruits and 2 bird eggs from the kitchen, handing them to Suyu. "This is all that's left in the house. Sorry to make you endure this, wife." Jiaonan and Bei went hunting early in the morning. They should be able to bring back food. "It was my fault for not catching any prey yesterday. That left everyone with nothing to it." Suyu knew it wasn't easy for the Beiluo tribe to obtain food. Even though beast husbands had 3rd-tier strength, hunting was still full of danger. "It's okay, I'll cook." Wenhan offered to help, and Suyu did not refuse. Suyu made tomato and bird egg soup. After finishing, she served a bowl for Wenhan. Wenhan had never seen this kind of food or cooking method before. Suyu asked, "Where did you find these red fruits?" "With tomatoes, we can make quite a few dishes." They even made tomato sauce to sell in the city to improve their lives. After all, hunting was too dangerous. Wenhan explained softly. Suyu, found in the ancient forest, brightened up and said, "After eating, accompany me on a trip." Suyu, seeing Wenhan not moving his spoon, suddenly remembered that she had drugged Jiaonan's food yesterday. No wonder Wenhan didn't dare eat. She said awkwardly, "Don't worry, I don't have that intention. Oh, the food isn't drugged." Wenhan then agreed. Originally, Wenhan thought of leaving all the food for Suyu. In the past, when food was scarce, they always let their wife eat first, and only ate what was left themselves. Suyu esmolded and said, "You drink it all. Later, we'll go to the mountains to find more food and make delicious meals." She had 5 beast husbands by her side. 2 claimed to be out hunting for food, but were often nowhere to be seen, leaving only 3 around regularly. Among the 3, Wenhan treated her the best, not rejecting her closeness, so she could only call him to go to the mountains. After the meal, Wenhan transformed into his snake form. Suyu sat on the snake's body, and one hand carried her toward the forest. Passing through the tribe, many female beasts were surprised to see Suyu. Suyu actually went out? Didn't she hate snake beasts and never let this husband transform into his true form? "I heard the snake husband was almost dead yesterday, and she used her supernatural ability to save him." How could a female beast have supernatural abilities? Shamans are all male beasts. Suyu heard the discussions but paid no attention. After leaving the tribe, Wenhan increased his speed, the snake body leaping up as if flying through the air. Suyu quickly held on tight. With this embrace, Wenhan's snake body instantly stiffened, almost falling from mid-air. Then, he sped up even faster. Arriving at the location of the red fruit, he quickly put down Suyu, transformed into human form, his ears turning red. "These are the red fruits." Suyu saw a large patch of tomatoes, her eyes gleaming, but she had no tools to carry them. She had a space in the apocalypse, but after crossing over, she couldn't sense it. She had to find vines around to weave a backpack, basket, and a basket. Her hands were very skillful, weaving quickly. Wenhan watched her movements, a flicker of light in his eyes. "Is the wife master weaving something?" "Weaving a backpack basket and a basket to hold the red fruits. If you're bored, you can look around, but if I'm in danger, I'll have to call you over to protect me. Wenhan nodded. There's no food at home, might as well hunt around. After Wenhan left, Suyu picked tomatoes. Suddenly, she sensed danger, turned around, and saw a huge beast covered in spikes, charging over. Suyu shouted Wenhan, while quickly climbing the nearby tree. Wenhan rushed over, saw Suyu climbing the tree, his eyes filled with astonishment. He remembered Edsu couldn't climb trees before. Wenhan's gaze darkened, quickly engaging in battle with the huge beast. Usually gentle, during combat, he exuded a cold, frosty, and snow-like, fierce aura, full of oppressive force. He leaped down from the air, danced his blade to pierce the beast's neck, and when pulling the blade out, blood splattered, yet he elegantly avoided it, not getting a single drop of blood on him. Boom! The beast fell. Suyu widened her eyes. Wenhan actually dealt with the beast so easily. It seems his strength is formidable. His gentleness is just a facade. Suyu snapped back Toriale, unexpectedly meeting his gaze. Instinctively wanting to hide, she stepped back and actually fell from the tree. Wenhan leaped down, catching her wife, master, in midair. Are you alright? Suyu was held, smelling elegant scent on him. Thinking of how he killed the beast, her body instantly stiffened. I'm fine, let go off me. She didn't dare touch Wenhan, afraid of being disliked. Wenhan looked down at Suyu in his arms. This was the first time holding her. Her face was pale, her expression wary, her eyes clear and clean, very different from before. Wenhan's expression darkened slightly. He whispered in her ear, wife master, are you afraid of me? Suyu bit her lip. No, how could I be? After saying this, she looked up and met Wenhan's vortex-like gaze, feeling she didn't understand him. He seemed dangerous and unfamiliar now. Was his usual gentleness just a disguise? But she wanted to get down. Wenhan didn't let go. At this moment, a soft, cute voice sounded in her mind. Host, I've finally woken up. It was the space systems. Suyu quickly communicate with her thoughts. It's good. You're okay. Are the things in me space still there? The space system explained, host. After the apocalypse, when your ability leveled up and you transcended, I was also injured. Now the space permissions are restricted. Only half an acre of land is available. Supplies will gradually expand as you level up. Getting intimate with your beast husband can release different levels of permissions. This time you hugged your beast husband. That's why I woke up. If you have a substantiations, the space will level up faster, and supplies can be open-endedly. Sideways mouth twitched. If you want me to live, stop talking. It seems I still have to find food myself. Suyu continued picking tomatoes. Wenhan also helped. Soon the basket was full. She still wanted to look for other food or medicinal herbs. At this time, the space size Tong excitedly said, host, I can detect things within a 100-meter radius. In the grass ahead, 100 meters underground, there are sweet potatoes. Sideways eyes instantly lit up upon hearing the space system's words. Sweet potatoes, with this thing, we won't have to worry about food today. System, you're amazing. With sweet potatoes, we won't go hungry today. Suyu didn't count on the other two beast husbands to hunt and bring back food. Suyu arrived at the location indicated by the system, pushed aside the grass, saw the sweet potato leaves, and quickly started picking them. Wenhan had been following closely to protect her. Seeing her picking grass, he was stunned for a moment. What are these? Suyu explained. These are sweet potato leaves. They can be used to make many good dishes. Thinking about this world's understanding of food, she emphasized again, believe me, this isn't just grass. Suyu blinked her clear eyes and looked at Wenhan. Wenhan, can you help me dig up the sweet potatoes underground? Wenhan met her gaze, listened to her gentle tone, and felt a stir in his heart. Before, she always ordered them to do things, never with such a pleasant expression. He softly replied, okay. As he spoke, heckled his ability into the bone knife. and dug into the ground. With his forceful effort, a large pit appeared in the ground, revealing some sweet potatoes, but also many were dug up and shattered. Suyu hurriedly shouted, "Don't use so much force. There's food down there." Wenhen's movements halted, looking at the red lumps underground and seeing Siway's serious expression. He lightened his actions and continued digging. One by one, sweet potatoes were unearthed. The backpack and basket couldn't hold so many sweet potatoes. Fortunately, Suyu had her space and directly stored the sweet potato inside. Wenhen watched the sweet potatoes on the ground vanish into thin air and realized something. Blurted out, "Space," we nodded. "I have space ability in the exiled tribe. Space AB. Ability is very practical. It can both store food and make the beast husbands wary. Sathi don't always think about striking it rich." Wenhen's heart was stirred by towering waves. She not only has healing ability, she actually also has space AB ability. In the beast world, space ability is already rare, and dual type ability is unheard of. Wenhen didn't speak fur. Suyu loaded a large amount of sweet potatoes into her space, then said, "There are mushrooms and wood ear fungus nearby. Let's pick some to take back." Wenhen frowned. "These are all poisonous." In the beast Emperor Sit, everyone knows from childhood that mushrooms and wood ear fungus are poisonous. Suyu explained, "Some mushrooms are poisonous, some are not. Wood ear fungus can also be eaten if processed properly." No matter whether Wenhen believed it or not, she went ahead and picked on her own. After walking forward a stretch, the space system prompted again. "Host, there are ginger and scallions 100 meters to your left." Suyu hurried to dig them up. With scallions and ginger, she could make quite a few delicious foods, and also remove gaminess. Now they had food settled for the next few days. This area had just been attacked by beasts, so there were temporarily neither beasts. Seeing the sky gradually darken, the two prepareto go back. On the way back, Wenhen was at the side, transforming into snake form. Suyu didn't dare move recklessly, but Wenhen sped along swiftly, and Suyu almost fell off. Wenhen used his tail to support her. "Wife master, you can hold me tight." Suyu was just about to refuse when the space system screamed, "Host, quickly hug him tight. The space can unlock a small permission." Suyu had no choice but to resign herself and hug Wenhen. With this hug, Wenhen's speed slowed somewhat. Suyu looked down. There was a clear river in the valley. Beside the fish are big and plentiful. Wenhen landed by the river, transformed into human form, gently hugged Suyu and placed her on the ground. Suyu felt her attitude towards her had changed. Wenhen pointed at the water surface with his wind elemental ability. Over a dozen fish landed on Thesher. Then he picked grass to string the fish together, his movements elegant and noble. When preparing to return, she discovered river snails and river shrimp in the riverside grass, and couldn't help but sigh that the resources in the beast world were too abundant, much better than the end of the world. Suyu stored the food in her space. Wenhen carried her back to the stone house. When they arrived home, the sun had not yet set. Jiaonan and Bei had not returned yet. Wenhen proactively explained. The two of them went hunting in the mountain forest. They might have gone far. They shall be back by dark. Suyu said indifferently, "It's fine. They can return whenever they want." Actually, she was thinking to herself, if they disappeared like the other two beast husbands, it would be a relief. When noticed Siway's expression, seeing she truly didn't mind. If it were before, she would have long started cursing. Wenhen softly said, "Wife master has been busy all day. Go rest first. I'll cook these foods. You don't know how to make? I'd better do it." Originally planning to steam the fish, Suyu changed her mind last minute. The fish are large, suitable for making fish noodles. Wenhen was curious about what she was going to make in the Beast Emperor city. She had eaten many delicacies, but had never heard of sweet potato leaves, or Things like ginger and scallion sui began processing the fish. She used a bone knife to slice the fish open from the middle, making it easy to remove the fish head and bones for soup. The fish meat was used to make fish noodles. The most crucial part was scraping the fish meat into fish paste. At this moment, movement came from outside the door. Bei had returned, carrying a wild boar. He saw the things in the yard, his gaze darkening. Rethis, what you brought back? You're so badly injured, yet she didn't even let you rest, and still made you prepare food. Wenhan hurriedly explained, no, it's true. All of this was gathered by our wife. Bei's lips curled into a cold smile, his fox-like eyes full of indifference. Wenhan, don't you also dislike her? Don't speak up for her just because she used her special ability to save you once. No female beast is willing to enter the kitchen, let alone our wife. Here, don't forget how she treated you before. Who knows what tricks she's playing this time. Wenhan's hands, washing the sweet potatoes, paused, hesitated seriously. Bayer, our wife is in the kitchen. If you don't believe me, go see for yourself. After hearing this, Bei looked towards the kitchen and saw Suyu inside, busy working. He simply couldn't believe his eyes. In the past, Suyu would just reach out for ready-made food and open her mouth to be fed. They treat them like slaves, making them suffer physically and mentally. Bei has good eyesight and clearly sees Siwei's piece, the fish's neat knife skills, and can't help but ask what she wants to do. She hates the fishy smell the most, yet Crav's fresh fish meat. Are there any bones? Suyu Hasselway's been picky about food. Even the game they worked hard to hunt, she finds all sorts of faults with it. Insults and whippings are considered light. When she goes mad, she even uses a knife. Wenhan knows Bei harbors hatred in her heart, and says softly, when you aren't here in the morning. She also made breakfast, using sour red berries to make a delicious soup. Suyu sees the old boar, her eyes gleaming. The boar skin can be made into pork skin, jelly. The leaf, lard, and caul fat can be rendered into oil. When rendering the caul fat, you can also make crispy fried snacks. She knows that in the beast world, beastmen have huge appetites. Those with special abilities like Wenhan have even more astonishing appetites, yet they often go hungry. At this moment, Zhaonan returns, and seeing Bei's unpleasant expression, hurriedly asks, what's wrong? Did she bully you again? Bei says with a gloomy face, she didn't bully me. She's cooking in the kitchen. She has never entered a kitchen since she was little, and doesn't know how to cook at all. Suddenly running off to cook. Could it be she wants to poison us? A trace of gloom flashes across Zhaonan's clear and cold eyes. Yesterday, Sai left him until he frantically took medicine, and his reaction after hitting the wall was very strange. Given her usual temperament, she would definitely have flown into a furious rage. Bai looks at Zhaonan and says, I understand. With your temperament, you'd rather die than let her touch you, and I'm the same. The two of them discuss for a while, decided not to eat dinner. They weren't afraid of death, just had no choice, couldn't easily throw their lives away. Zhaonan, when he returned, he was carrying a small bucket of bird eggs and a wild rabbit. Without even glancing at the kitchen, he said to Wenhan, Bei and I want to eat dinner. Wenhan sighed, wife, you're different from before. Let's eat together. Although they were Siwei's beast husbands, because they had no feelings for her, they never fought for her favor. Zhaonan simply didn't believe Suyu would change for the better. He shook his head. We're not hungry, we won't eat. Wenhan had no choice but to go to the kitchen and tell Suyu this. Suyu looked at the full basin of fish paste and said, I prepared food for 4 people. Her current strength was too weak. She still relied on them for protection. Improving their relationship was imperative. To prove she hadn't drugged the food, she ate in front of Wenhan. I didn't poison it. I'm still counting on you all to protect me and find food. I wouldn't harm you. Wenhan's gaze softened. I know they'll eat. She brought the food to Jiaonan's room and called Bei over. Bei's injury should healed yet, and today while hunting wild boar he got hurt again. He originally didn't want to eat, but smelling the aroma and hearing Wenhen's words, he couldn't help but suspect, would she be this kind? Wenhen explained, wife tasted it in front of me, used new utensils, didn't drug it. Besides, she still needs us to find food and protect her. She wouldn't harm us. Bai and Jiaonan hadn't eaten all day. Their stomachs were already growling with hunger. Hearing Wenhen say this, Bei hesitantly picked up the utensils. This scrambled egg cooked with fruit is quite unusual. This is fish soup. Can it be drunk? Bei wondered inwardly, taking a sip and then freezing. This fish soup actually had no fishy smell. The soup was clear and white, with a delicious flavor. Wenhen smiled and introduced. Next toy are noodles made from fish meat. Jiaonan and Bei had never heard of noodles. After tasting them, they were won over by the deliciousness. Stir-fried sweet potatoes and tomatoes with eggs were also very tasty. Thetwo silently finished eating, their hearts full of doubts. How could Suyu recognize food and also cook so well? Confirming that the two had eaten the meal, Wenhen returned to the kitchen. Suyu was sitting at the table, and upon seeing her return, her eyesand brows smiled. You're back. Let's eat together. Saying this, she picked up her chopsticks and waited for her. Wenhen felt moved inwardly. My wife is waiting for me. Yes, we prepared the meal together. Of course I'll wait for you to eat together. Suyu clearly knew that they were now a group, and only by eating their fill, could they enhance their abilities to deal with crises. Wenhen looked at Suyu, seeing only her lively and beautiful eyes. Wench smiled, her crescent-shaped eyes seemed to hold a bottle of moonlight, clear and pure, with warm light pouring out layer by layer, straight into the heart. Wenhen's gaze flickered, his gentle face gaining a touch of softness. All right. Suyu handed over chopsticks and a spoon, and only then began the meal. She picked up the fish noodles, one bite after another, eating with focused quietness, making no sound. Wenhen savored the food, each bite astonishing him. How could the fish be deboned and still have no fishy smell? Suyu looked up at Wenhen. At this moment, Wenhen's eating movements were elegant and sharp, exactly like a young master from a noble family. Suyu only remembered that he was brought back by her former self's father, who had instructed her tatri at him well. As for his background, I wonder if the meals suit your taste? Suyu asked Wenhen, who responded softly, it's delicious, wife. If there's anything you mainly want to eat, just tell me the recipe, and I'll make it. You don't have to work so hard, Suyu said with a smile. It's fine. I enjoy cooking delicious food. Anyway, being idle is just being idle. In the apocalypse, ingredients were scarce and precious, and Wefton relied on nutrient solutions to get by. Coming to the beast world, where supplies are abundant, all ingredients are organic, and we can even cook with firewood. This makes Suyu very happy. Wenhen saw her bright expression and knew she wasn't lying, so he said, then from now on, I'll assist you, wife. Suyu didn't refuse. Wenhen has special abilities, making work much easier. After the meal, Wenhen naturally cleared fetishes. This was the first time he had eaten his fill since buying Jexel. Suyu then went to the yard, burned plant ash, and cleaned the pig offal. Hunting in the forest is dangerous and food is hard to come by, so she didn't want to waste anything. It's a pity there are no spices, otherwise she could make braised dishes. She heard that there are shops and pharmacies in nearby cities. Perhaps the pharmacies have spices, but exchanging for spices would cost a lot of meat and animal hides. Suyu plans to dry the picked mushrooms and grind them into powder taos as seasoning. The wood ear mushrooms will also be dried and dehydrated when needed. On the other side, Jiaonan and Bei finished eating, looked at the empty bowls, and fell silent for a moment. Bei exclaimed, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I really wouldn't believe Ish cooked this meal. It's even more delicious than what I had seen my family. Jiaonan said quietly. According to the rules, It'll be us taking care of her and cooking for her, even though Suyu eats and scolds them, making them disgusted. Their deplying rain beliefs make them feel they should cook for their wife. Bei said helplessly. It's not that we're unwilling to cook, but she's too picky. She gets angry and overturns the table over the hard-made meals, preferring to throw them away rather than let us eat. Today, the sun really rose from the west. Bei still felt it was unreal. Then he said suspiciously, Wenhen said, she's different from Bear, could it be true? Zhaonan's cool eyes rippled as he recalled. Indeed. After she woke up from hitting the wall, her gaze had changed. At the time, he thought she was up to her tricks again. Could it be? Zhaonan didn't dare to be sure. His expression changed slightly. Let's wait and see. Don't fall into a trap. Bei deflated. That's right. Let's clear the dishes first. The two finished cleaning up, delivered them to the kitchen and walked out of the house. They saw Suyu busy in the yard and thought their eyes were playing tricks. Bei even used his special ability to check, confirming it was undoubted Lijui. Wenhen finished tidying the kitchen and came out. Seeing Suyu, he showed a surprised expression, stepped forward and asked softly, wife, is there anything I can do? Nothing for now, just clean these thoroughly. Wenhen saw clearly what was in the basin, his expression shifting. Usually, when hunting brings back wild beasts, these parts are thrown away, they're inedible. Suyu patiently explained, these are all good things. Cleaned with plant ash, they can be made into delicious food. From now on, keep the offal of the beasts. I won't let you go hungry. Wenhen looked at her earnest eyes, warmth rising in his heart, his brows and eyes growing even gentler. I believe you, wife. But not letting you go hungry is our duty. Is there anything else to do? Suyu said. Cut those sweet potatoes into fine pieces. She planned to use some to make sweet potato soup for flavor, and most to make sweet potato starch. Still planning to plant sweet potatoes in the spatial field tonight. Crops grow fast in the space, with high yield. Zhaonan and Bei finished heckling the dishes and stayed in the kitchen, seemingly calculating something. After she finished eating, she liked to bathe, so lays heat water first. Zhaonan and Bei knew Suyu Shabbat's inside out. She came from the Su family in the Beast Emperor City, a treasured doll, noble in status, highly sought after, and had loved cleanliness since childhood, needing to heat water for a bath every day. Wenhen finished peeling the sweet potatoes, then went inside to get a knife to cut them. Seeing Zhaonan and Bei, Wenhen said, today, it's my turn to take care of our wife. The three of them always took turns on duty. Bei said somewhat awkwardly, we ate the meal she cooked. Westhold do something. Zhaonan also agreed. Indeed, Westhold. After all, Suyu is still nominally their wife. How could they let the wife work while they idled? Wenhen explained, we dug many sweet potatoes today, and our wife needs to cut them into fine pieces. Bei suggested, let's help together. It'll be faster. The three of them worked together, greatly increasing efficiency. Some of the cut sweet potatoes were placed into a pot filled with clean water and started boiling over high heat. Suyu finished heckling the pig offal and walked into the house, seeing Wenhen boiling the sweet potatoes, while Zhaonan and Bei were mashing sweet potato slices into paste. With their special abilities, they worked very quickly. Suyu couldn't help but feel somewhat surprised, never expecting these two, thought of, to be quite diligent when work was needed. Suyu walked to the pot and said to Wenhen, that's enough. First scoop these out and filter them. As she spoke, she fetched klingous and a large wooden bucket. Wenhen ladled the sweet potato soup into the gauze according to her instructions. It's still hot now, so wait for it to cool a bit before squeezing the gauze. Zhaonan, upon hearing this, moved his fingers slightly, and his ice type ability transformed into a cold air that enveloped the wooden bucket and gauze. The temperature instantly dropped. Seeing this, Siwei's eyes lit up, and she turned to look at Zhao Nan. She had almost forgotten that Zhao Nan possessed an ice-type ability. Wasn't this a natural refrigerator? She had originally wanted to ask Akshanan to help dig an ice cellar to store food, but fearing rejection, she hesitated and averted her gaze. Zhao Nan was momentarily dazed by her bright gaze. Noticing her hesitation and the dimming of her eyes, he couldn't help but frown slightly and asked in a low voice, "Wife, what are your orders?" Suyu was taken aback, not expecting Zhao Nan to take the initiative to ask. His voice remained cool and clear, but with a bit less of its piercing coldness. Suyu looked at Zhao Nan in confusion, trying to confirm his expression. After calming down, she opened her mouth and said, "Can you dig an ice cellar in the corner of Thayard? This way we can store meat to avoid waste." Zhao Nan and Bayaboth showed surprised expressions upon hearing this. In the past, Suyu was the one who loved to waste food the most, disliking that food wasn't fresh the next day, and would simply throw away whatever was finished that day. Zhao Nan collected his expression and replied in a low voice, "Okay." After saying that, he went to the yard to build the cellar. Suyu didn't expect him to act so quickly. Bei, not wanting to be outdone, directly used his fire ability to ignite the firewood. Suyu saw this, and her eyes lit up again, feeling more satisfied with Bei. Bei noticed said that sideways gaze only fell on his ability, but hat was fine too. Suyu instructed Wenhan to filter the sweet potato liquid, then poured the juice into the pot to continue boiling. Bei asked wife, "What should we do next?" "The sweet potatoes have already been mashed by her," Suyu patiently explained. "First wash, then filter, then squeeze out the starch water." She led Bei step by step through the process. This starch water was left to settle in a vat. Early tomorrow morning, after the starch settled to the bottom of the vat, the water whispered off, leaving the starch. Then water was added, stirred, and filtered again to make the starch finer. The starch from the two settling processes was put into a gauze bag and placed in a ventilated area to dry. Tomorrow night, they could obtain sweet potato starch and perhaps even make sweet potato noodles. After finishing all this, Suyu used the heated water to wash. Fortunately, the previous body was particular and had the beast husband specially build a bathing room, which even had a stone-built bathing pool. Suyu finished bathing and was just about to go out when she heard noise coming from outside. Her face, with a sudden change, she hurriedly walked out of the house and arrived at the doorway, only to see many monsters surging outside. The Beastmen in the tribe were fighting desperately. Sideways pupils contracted, recognizing these as mutated beasts, and they were even more bizarre than the ones seen during the day. Wenhan, Bei, and Dizanin were also battling the mutated beasts. Their speed was extremely fast, and their supernatural ability transformed into various weapons. Carefully, Zhao Nan's figure flashed, and his blade pierced through the head of a mutated beast. This mutated beast had originally been attacking Suyu. The blood flowing from the mutated beast was dark and eerie. Zhao Nan immediately used his ice-based supernatural ability to freeze the black blood, so as not to frighten Suyu. The semi-mutated beasts all seemed to be charging towards Suyu. Bei really asked his flame ability, directly burning the mutated beast to death. The mutated beast emitted a sinister, eerie cry, sharp and piercing. Wenhan's speed was like a fleeting shadow, swiftly killing one mutated beast after another. Soon, with the concerted efforts of Beastmen in the tribe, the mutated beasts were completely elemented. Wenhan was the first to run to Siwei's side, asking with concern, "Wife, are you alright?" He was worried that Suyu had been frightened. Zhao Nan and Bei were startled in their hearts. In the past, whenever Suyu heard the sound of mutated beasts, she would hide in fear inside the house. They never expected that this time she would actually come out on her own. Suyu was just startled, not afraid. She shook her head and said, "I'm fine, She understood in her heart that before recovering her strength, she still had to rely on them for protection. But she had promised to set them free after 3 months. So she must improve her own strength as quickly as possible. Wenhen sighed softly, raising his hand to gently smooth Siwei's hair. It's good that you're fine, wife. Your hair is wet. It's easy to catch a cold out here. Let's go back inside. First, he said, gently picking up Siyu and walking towards the house. Caught off guard, Siyu instinctively wrapped her arms around Wenhen's neck. Jiaonan and Bai saw Wenhen take the initiative to hold Suyu, their faces full of shock. Wenhen had always been gentle, but hard to approach. Before, Suyu had found it difficult to get close to him. Yet now, he was actually holding her on his own. Their expressions were complicated. And then they followed into the courtyard, locking the gate securely. At this moment, the space system excitedly shouted in Siwei's mind, host, make him hold you more. Hug him back tightly. Gently, maybe you can unlock permissions to obtain supplies. Suyu responded with her thoughts. If I do that, he'd probably throw me right off. The system urged Wenhen. Took the initiative to hold you, which means he doesn't dislike you. For the supplies, be bold and go for it. Think of all those treasures you've hoarded. Suyu was somewhat tempted, since Wenhen had taken the initiative to hold her, holding on a bit longer should be fine. Wenhen, completely unaware of Siwei's thoughts, carried her into the house and placed her on the bed. Suyu didn't let go, silently thinking, space, hurry up and open some permissions. Seeing she wasn't letting go, Wenhen lowered his head and asked gently, are you feeling unwell somewhere? Suyu pursed her lips and closed her eyes, forcing herself to say, I'm a little scared. After saying it, she wished she could find a crack in the ground to hide in. Wenhen's heart softened, holding her even tighter, and he comforted her softly. Don't be afraid, I'm here. I won't let the mutated beasts hurt you. Jiaonan and Bai entered their room and saw this scene. Strange emotion inexplicably welling up in their hearts. Under the lamplight, half of Siwei's face washed in by Wenhen, the revealed half of her cheek like ice and snow, her whole body radiating. The two emitted an otherworld aura, their gazes subtly shifting. They had never looked either so carefully before. Just then, the spatial system excited Li's aid, host. The space has released some seasoning packets. You can now let go of Wenhen. Upon hearing this, Suyu worriedly extricated herself from Wenhen's embrace. I'm fine. She didn't dare look at Wenhen. Afraid her thoughts would be seen through, Wenhen gave a gentle smile. Wife, your hair isn't dry yet. You'll catch a cold. As he spoke, he took out a clean cloth to dry Suyu's hair. Bai hesitated for a moment, then stepped forward and said, let me. He activated his ability, a scorching heat surging from his palm, drying Siwei's hair. Suyu was utterly surprised. This was even better than a hairdryer. What surprised her even more was that Bai, who had always disliked her, actually took the initiative to dry her hair. As Bai drew closer, he smelled the warm, pleasant scent on Suyu, completely different from the previous gloomy, cold aura. As a fox beast, he was extremely sensitive to scents and couldn't help but show a suspicious apprehension. This warm scent made him unable to resist wanting to get closer. His fox-like eyes also became somewhat intoxicated. For a moment, losing control, a small flame flickered from his finger. Careful Jiaonan extinguished the flame. With a burst of icy air, Bai snapped back to reality and quickly apologized. Sorry. Suyu waved her hand. It's fine, she thought to herself. Bai probably hated her enough to want to burn her to death. Regardless, thank you for protecting me tonight. She still needed them and had to maintain good relations. Wenhen said softly, protecting our wife is our duty. Well, to express gratitude, tomorrow I'll make you all a delicious breakfast. I'll do it. Bai spoke up. Tomorrow I'll stay home to take care of our wife. According to the arrangement, tomorrow, it's Bai's turn to stay behind. Wenhen and Jiaonan go out hunting. Suyu actually wanted Wenhen to stay, but feeling it's unfair, after all, Hunting is dangerous. Suyu suddenly thought of some methane and asked, these mutated beasts, what's going on? Staying in Thetribe isn't safe either. The former Jade Stone only knows how to hide and has little understanding of mutated beasts. Phew, but she didn't want to rely on others. She would wait until her strength improved to deal with the mutated beasts herself, Wenhan explained. He said, beasts mutate after being invaded by a strange black energy. After mutation, their strength increases, and they also attack. Beastmen. Normally, they are active in the mountains and forests, but on nights with a full moon, they will break into Thetribe. The meat of mutated beasts is poisonous. Eating it is fatal. Suyu's expression turned grave. Invaded by dark energy. Do you know what dark energy it is? Wenhan shook his head. No one knows. The further north, the colder it gets, and the more mutated beasts there are. So beastmen who commit crimes are often exiled to the Bailia tribe. There are many mutated beasts here, so the exiled beastmen are left to fend for themselves and perish. Although there are many beastmen in the Bailuo tribe, there are also many casualties every year. After Wenhan's detailed explanation, Suyu, having gained a clear understanding of mutated beasts, it turns out that in the eyes of those people in the Beast Emperor city, being exiled to the northern Luo tribe is a death sentence. The climate here is bitterly cold. Mutated beasts run rampant and food is scarce. Once the snow season arrives, if food and beast pelt reserves are insufficient, many beastmen will freeze or starve to death. During the snow season, mutated beasts no longer appear, but without ample reserves, survival is still difficult. The beast world continent Alsatis for seasons. The cold northern regions call winter the snow season. It's currently early July in the lunar calendar, and around November in the lunar calendar, they will enter the snow season. She still has about 4 months to prepare supplies and store food. If during this time, the Space Upgrade Authority unlocks, the stockpiled supplies will come in handy. For now, she still needs to store more food. Sideways' expression shifted slightly. After digesting this information, she said, thank you, I'm fine now, I'll rest first. You should also go back and rest early. Her tone was gentle, yet carried a sense of distance. Before, when she let them get close, they couldn't get away fast enough. Now that they view her slightly more favorably, she wants to send them away, which makes them feel a bit uncomfortable. At this moment, Su Yi's hair was already dry. When Han gently used a comb to smooth her hair, helped her lie down, and tucked in the quilt corners. Wife master, rest well. I'll be right next door. Call me anytime if you need anything. Su Yi nodded, her mind set on entering the space to take a look. After they left, she slipped into the space. The space system excitedly displayed. Host, it's these. Su Yi saw that some seasonings had appeared on the space's farmland, including vinegar, soybeans, soy sauce, and packets of spices. Her eyes immediately lit up. With these, I can make quite a few delicious dishes. I was originally hesitating about how to prepare the offal. Just using salt would be tasteless. Having spices means I can make braised delicacies. The space system, seeing her happy, also felt joyful. Looking at the sweet potatoes in the space, it said, Host, these sweet potatoes are twice as big as the ones you hoarded before. Suyu also noticed that in the beast world, food is generally larger than in the apocalypse. Green onions, ginger, and sweet potatoes are all about twice as big. Although they are larger than in the apocalypse, the texture is similar. The sweet potatoes are also very sweet, and these are purely natural, organic ingredients. The beast world continent is somewhat different, but with fertile forest soil. There must be plenty of ingredients. She likes it here, even though there are mutated beasts. It's better than the apocalypse. As long as supplies are sufficient, she can make all kinds of delicious food. Suyu focused her mind, preparing to plant, but first she needed to use her ability to sprout The seeds. Only after sprouting would she plant them in the space's fields. She hoped that when the space leveled up, the fields would expand. When the space level was higher, the fields covered thousands of acres, allowing her to plant anything she wanted, with fast growth and high yield. Bei and Dizanin came out of Siwei's room, preparing to return to their own. Jiaonan, noticing Bei's unusual silence, asked softly, "What did you discover?" Bei lowered his head. In thought, "You know my true form is a nine-tailed fox. Beast. I am very sensitive Taurus and can smell our wife's pheromones. They are completely different from before." Jiaonan's eyes flickered slightly. "Are you saying her aura has completely changed? What's different?" Bai's expression turned serious. Before, her aura was cold and gloomy, with a strange smell that was repulsive. Now, her aura is clean and warm, in people unable to resist wanting to get close. Thetwo feelings are completely different. Completely different? How can a person change so much? What did Jiaonan think of? His expression slightly restrained. Both of them returned with heavy hearts, finding it hard to fall asleep. Not long after, urgent knocking came from outside the door. "Big sister, are you home?" While Su was busy in the space, she heard a voice. It was Big Sister Lin from next door. She quickly came out from the space. The original host acted wildly and had poor relations with the tribe. Only Lin King next door was warm and enthusiastic, not minding the original host's cold face, and often sent things. As soon as Suyu came out from the inner room, she bumped into Wenhan. "The noise at the door disturbed you, wife?" Suyu shook her head. "It's fine. It's Big Sister Lin. She might have an urgent matter in the middle of the night. Let's go see." At this time, Jiaonan and Bei also appeared in the courtyard. Suyu didn't speak, walked to the door, opened it, and saw not only Linking at the doorstep, but also the chief and the chief's wife. Based in the original host's memories, she recognized the visitors. Linking said, "Big sister, the chief and his wife have something to ask of you." The chief carefully spoke. "Suyu, my otter was injured by a mutated beast. The wound is severely infected. Even the witch doctor can't do anything. We can only shamelessly beg you to save her. As long as you are willing to save her, we will do anything." The chief's wife also looked at Suyu with pleading eyes. The chief and his wife have high prestige and strong power in the Beiluo tribe. They have never lowered their heads to beg anyone. This time, for their daughter, they had no choice. During the day, they heard Suyu had awakened a healing ability. Original health believing, half doubt now, that their daughter is bitten. They desperately hope it's true. The chief and his wife have a son and a daughter. The daughter is still young, with a frail constitution, usually extremely stay indoors. But this time, for some reason, Lin King was bitten by a mutated beast and hesitated to speak, feeling that Gu Ningning, so young and timid, had suffered such a sudden disaster. Truly pitiful. Siwei's mind conjured up an image of a cute little girl she remembered when her former self had scolded her. The girl was too frightened to make a sound, trembling as she ran away. Siwei's expression softened, and before the chief and his wife called say more, she spoke up. "Let's go. I'll go Takia." "Look." The chief and his wife, hearing Suyu agree so readily, couldn't help but be stunned, whitening their eyes in disbelief. When had Suyu become so easy to talk to? When they came to ask for help, they were prepared to kneel and had intended to agree to any conditions she proposed. But they never expected it to go so smoothly. Many of the prepared words hadn't even been spoken yet. The chief's wife said excitedly, "Then thank you so much, Suyu. As long as Ningning's injury can be healed, Suyu will be Urgriat benefactor from now on, and we will surely repay you well." Suyu knew that the tribal chief and his wife were people of their word. If they said so, they would do it. Gaining the chief's favor would make life much more convenient. In the Guluo tribe in Thefuchor and others in the tribe, would not dare to trouble her easily. Of course, when her former self had acted arrogantly before, although everyone disapproved, they still didn't dare to provoke her. After all, her beast husbands were powerful. Arriving at the chief's stone house, Suyu saw the little girl inside. She was about 12 or 13 years old, with a very cute appearance. She was just too thin. At this moment, black blood kept oozing from the wound on her leg, and the pain made her cry silently. The chieftain's wife steps forward and said, "Ningning, don't be afraid. Suyu has healing abilities. Let her try to treat you." Suyu stepped forward and said gently, "Don't worry, it's okay." For some reason, when Gu Ningning looked at the smile on Siwei's face, she felt exceptionally warmer and sensed the gentle breeze Lakora emanating from her, and couldn't help but feel a little dazed. Suyu simply examined Gu Ningning and then released wood element healing energy at her wound. Soon, the festering wound on Gu Ningning stopped festering, the black energy was dispelled, and the flowing blood turned dread. Suyu said she would be fine. With a few days of good rest, the wound would heal. Her wound infection was severe, also because of her inherently weak constitution. The chieftain and his wife were filled with gratitude towards Suyu. To be honest with Suyu, Ningning can't eat. She tends to vomit after eating, and when winter comes, she easily catches colds. If it weren't for the medicine prescribed by the witch doctor, Ningning wouldn't have lasted until now. Speaking of these things, the chieftain's eyes turned red. When Suyu checked Gu Ningning's pulse earlier, she also saw their sign for her weak constitution. The main issue is that her spleen and stomach are too weak, making it difficult to digest meat. Since she can't absorb nutrients from food, she naturally becomes weak and sickly. Moreover, she stays indoors all year round without seeing sunlight, which is also bad for her health. Suyu said her inability to eat is because meat is hard to digest, especially when eaten raw, which harms the spleen and stomach greatly. So, meat is best cut very finely and cooked thoroughly in hot water before eating. It's also best to drink warm water. So it is, you can't always stay indoors. When the weather is good, you should get more sun, leader, and husband. People remembered Siwei's instructions and were immensely grateful to her. The chieftain's wife directly took out a bag of gold coins and handed it to Suyu. Said, "Thank you, Suyu, for treating Ningning. This is 100 copper gold coins. I hope you won't find it unworthy." Usually, the tribespeople didn't have many gold coins on hand, mostly bartering goods. Only when going to the city to attend the nurse conference, using gold coins for shopping would be more convenient. Seeing the gold coins, Siwei's heart stirred. Here, copper gold coins were the most common currency, and there were also silver gold coins. This 100 copper gold coins could also buy quite a few things. Suyu understood this was the consultation fee and did not refuse, accepting it directly. When leaving, the chieftain's wife gave her some meat and cornmeal. Suyu originally didn't want to take so much. She only wanted to accept the meal, but the chieftain's wife was extremely enthusiastic, so she also accepted it based on her predecessors' memories. Suyu knew that the current beast world continent also had a certain level of civilization. Some places were rich in corn, and fertile lands also grew some crops, but the variety of crops was extra limited. Even if they grew corn, people simply boiled it to eat. They would shell the dried corn kernels, grind them into powder, and then directly soak it in water to drink. They found the texture rough and irritating to the throat, and were not very willing to consume it. The people in the tribe still preferred meat as their staple food. Things like cornmeal were easy to store. Everyone stored some corn, only to avoid starvation in winter. But Suyu knew deeply that this was good stuff. Tomorrow morning, she could cook cornmeal soup, add eggs, and put in sweet potato, make a delicious corn, egg, and sweet potato porridge. Thinking of this, her eyes lit up, feeling this trip was quite fruitful. "Madam, This cornmeal is actually a good thing. Miss Gu has a weak spleen and stomach. Madam, tomorrow morning you can simmer some cornmeal soup for her to drink. Mrs. Lin sighed and said, I used to soak it in boiling water for her to drink. But she didn't like it. Cooking it in a pot, I don't know why, it just doesn't taste good. Ningning doesn't like to eat it. Listening to her words, Suyu knew the chieftain's wife wasn't very good at cooking. She thought to herself, maybe tomorrow morning, after cooking it, she could bring some over. After all, building a good relationship with the tribal chieftain would be beneficial for her life in the tribe. 3 months later, after dissolving the relationship with her beast husbands, she might still have to continue staying in the tribe. We can no longer offend so many people like our predecessor did. It's better to build relationships in advance. It is very necessary. When Hangshanan and Bei were both in the courtyard, waiting and listening to her conversing freely with the chieftain's wife, everyone was surprised again. Before, whenever she opened her mouth, she was very blunt. When had she ever spoken so gently and softly? During the conversation with Suyu, the chieftain's wife's impression of her completely changed. She even held Suyu's hand, appearing very fond of her. When Suyu was about to leave, the chieftain's wife held her hand and said reluctantly, Suyu must come to visit at home when she has time. After Suyu left, the chieftain looked at his wife and said, it's rare to see you like someone so much. In the past, madam, has never been so enthusiastic toward anyone. Thekif Tane's wife said, I don't know why, but I just like this child. Perhaps I was wrong about her before. Suyu girl has a misunderstanding. She saved Ningning and is our benefactor. You are the chief of the North Luo tribe. Take more care of them in the future. The chief has always known to repay kindness. Seriously speaking, that is natural. We must repay this kind. Ness, later send more game over at this time. Gu Ningning said softly, Father, Mother, I really like Suyu. The chief's wife Becca exited. Ningning, what did you just say? Ning Ninja's weak and timid, rarely expresses likes or dislikes, has no friends, and is afraid of contact with people. Gu Ningning lowered her head and said, Suyu is warm and fragrant. She thinks Sayu is good and wants to repay Suyu, too. The chief's wife said happily, Suyu said you need Tajit more son, when you're better go play with Suyuesh, thinks Suyu is good. Is happy to let the two have more contact. It would be even better if they become friends. Suyu used wood type powers and was a bit tired. Went home and fell asleep as soon as she hit bed. The weather was still hot, lying on the fur was hot and she got bitten by mosquitoes side. During the day, she must go to the mountain forest to find some insect repelling herbs and weave some grass mats. Thinking about these things, she quickly fell asleep. The next day, very early, Suyu woke up. This was a habit formed in the apocalypse. She had just opened the inner room door when she saw Bei Yi in the courtyard. Bei Yi heard the sound. A flash of surprise passed through his fox eyes. Usually Suyu slept until the sun was high. Today, she woke up too early. He quickly stepped forward and asked, Wife, master is awake? Suyu was stunned. You're up this early too? They were used to waking up early to train. In this harsh environment, being strong is safer. Today, it was Bei Yi's turn to take care of the wife. Master, so he had been waiting early. Bei Yi brought over the water basin and washing supplies. Suyu is not used to it. In the future, you all can focus on your own things. No need to take special care of me. Bei Yi felt a bit awkward. As a beast husband, this is what should be done, Suyu said. Right now, you are only a beast husband in name, and will leave after 3 months. There's no need for this. Bei Yi listened, feeling inexplicably overcome, and explained, there are still 3 months left. During this time, should take care of you. Suyu said, none to force it. I can take care of myself. Bei Yi's heart sank. It's not like this. Clearly, she wasn't scolding him, But these words made his heart feel heavy and weighed down. After washing up, Suyu prepared to make breakfast, using spices that emerged from her space to stew pork offal. Bei watched her busy figure, thin and small, somehow evoking pity. So, when she's not scolding people, she's quite easy to get along with. Can I help with something? Seeing that he didn't seem to be just being polite, Sua said, the sweet potato starch from last night has settled. Pour off water on top, add fresh water, stir, and let it settle again. An ability user can do this faster. Besides, the meal is for everyone to eat, so working together is reasonable. Bei went to work. While Suyu was cooking, Jiaonan and Wenhan also came to help. They woke up early and overheard the conversation between Suyu and Bei. Realizing that this time she really intended to dissolve the relationship, which made their feelings complicated, Suyu thought, in just 3 more months, I'll be free. After a night's sleep, Suyu felt her abilities had strengthened. Restoring her strength was just around the corner. Stewing porkaful takes time and requires watching the pot. The lid steamed, and the aroma filled the air. Wenhan and the others smelled it and showed expressions of surprise. It's so fragrant. Lin Qin, next door, was still sleeping but was awakened by the tempting smell. What's that delicious smell? Just like last night. What tasty food is the beast husband off the big sister making here? Son, female beasts with beast husbands generally don't cook. After stewing the offal, Suyu made corn and egg custard again. Pour cornmeal into the wooden basin, add well water and stir. Take another bowl to beat the bird eggs. Use the seasoning in the space to add ingredients and vinegar to remove the fishy smell. Stir evenly. After the water boils, pour in the corn flour and continue stirring to prevent sticking to the pot. Then pour in the bird egg liquid. Wenhan watched Siwei's method and was slightly stunned. It was different from what he had seen before. After cooking, Suyu scooped out 5 large bowls and placed them on the table, then ladled the stewed marinated meats into a basin for everyone to easily pick and eat. Alright, let's eat, Suyu called out. Marinated meat pairs best with steamed buns and rice. But unfortunately, there's neither flour nor rice here. Suyu looked at Wenhan and the other 2. They had cleaned the stove and the yard spotlessly, chopped firewood piled in the corner, and the sweet potato starch had been stirred and left to settle again. She noticed a gap in one corner of the yard, and her eyes lit up. This is the eye cellar, Jiaonan replied softly. If the Wi-Fi matter last night isn't satisfied, I'll adjust it again. Suyu crouched down, following the steps. Going down, seeing the eye cellar filled with ice blocks. Very satisfied, Jiaonan. Thank you for this yesterday, didn't the eaten pork and pork skin can be stored here? Jiaonan's mind stirred. She really changed. He strained his expression and said, "Ow, wife master, if you have any more orders just say it." Suyu waved her hand. No need. Let's have breakfast first. Thinking about last night's fighting power, she dared not easily provoke everyone. Entered the kitchen, Suyu put a large bowl of corn egg custard into the basket. You will eat first. I'll take it to Gu. Ning, she's weak. This custard should be drinkable. Wenhan stood up. Wife, master, you eat first. I'll go deliver it. No need. I'll go personally and check on her condition while I'm at it. Suyu thought, curing Gunning, letting the tribe know her medical skills are comparable to the witch doctors. Even if she leaves these beast husbands, she can still stand firm in the tribe. Wenhan wasn't easy, not caring about eating. Secretly followed behind Suyu to protect her. Day just broke. There were few people on the tribe's road. A few little beast cubs saw Suyu and shouted, "Ugly freak." Both bad and ugly. Wenhan was worried Suyu would be angry, but she faced the sunlight, her smile sweet and beautiful, seeming not tokari at all. She smiled at the beast cubs, but they seemed frightened, scampering away in a flash. Wenhan looked at Suyu's bright smile and thought, this must be her genuine essel. In front of them, her smile was always somewhat reserved. The chiefs Wife was very surprised to see Suyu bring corn egg custard. This is too much trouble. Suyu said, Madam, let Ningning try it. Her spleen and stomach are weak first. Drink something easy just to recuperate. It's just cornmeal with bird egg liquid, nothing special. Suyu checked Gu Ningning's pulse. The place bitten by the mutant beast had already healed. When about to leave, Gu Ningning grabbed her sleeve, looking at her with eager eyes. Siwei's heart softened, patted her hand. Try the corn custard, drink more, get more sunshine, your body will get better. Gu Ningning smelled the fragrance on Siwei and thought Suyu was really good. She obediently took a sip, her eyes sparkling. So fragrant. The chief's wife was stunned. Miss Suyu, how was this made? Before, when we gave Ningning cornmeal, she would vomit it out. Suyu explained the method. The chief's wife suddenly understood. Suyu returned home and saw Wenhan and the other two standing waiting for her. What are you standing for? Why aren't you eating? Isn't it good? Bei is. Fox eyes narrowed meaningly as he said, Wife, have you forgotten? You said to rule that we cannot eat till you have eaten, and we can only eat what you leave. Bei spoke, those incanting labatial eyes of his staring straight at Suyu. His foxies were naturally captivating. The captivating magical power, when focusing and gazing, seems inherently affectionate, extra malipturing. Suyu almost sank into his gaze, but fortunately, she kept her composure. In time, she said, with a law that was in the past. Now, agree to a 3-month period. Let's coexist peacefully first. After 3 months, you'll be free. And don't come looking for trouble with me, okay? Couldn't just say she wasn't the original person. They wouldn't believe her and might even burn her as a mutated beast. Wenhan's handsome brows moved slightly, and he said, Wife, rest assured, Nengsu will not harm the current wife in the slightest. Emphasizing it was the current her. Bei is. Fox-like eyes soft-tinted conceivably. I hope the wife remains like this and doesn't revert to how she was before. Suyu felt she needed to say something. After thinking, she spoke. I was wrong before, and I apologize to you here. I won't be like that anymore. I know you might not believe me, but time reveals a person's heart. You endure for now. Perhaps I can even terminate the contract early. If she could become stronger sooner, she could terminate the contract earlier. Wenhan's heart ached up in hearing her apology. His eyes, filled with tenderness, hesitated softly. It's not your fault. Don't go hungry, eat first. The temperature is just right. He had controlled the temperature of Siwei's bowl of corn and egg custard to be just right. Suyu said with a smile, let's eat first. After eating, I'll go hunting too. She mainly wanted to go to the mountains to find food. Good. I'll accompany the wife. Bei's eyes lifted at the corners, dazzling and enchanting as he said, wherever the wife wants to go, Bei will take the wife there, all right? Suyu didn't dare meet his gaze. She knew foxes had a bewitching ability. Actually, she wanted to go to the mountains with Wenhan. She didn't trust these 3 people. If she had to choose one to protect herself, she would choose Wenhan, but she could sense the undercurrent between Bei and Wenhan. Afraid the moment she spoke, the two of them would start fighting. She coldly lowered her head and scooped the corn porridge, whispering, then let's follow the rules. During the meal, everyone realized each dish was incredibly delicious. They originally didn't want to eat the pork offal, but after smelling the fragrance for so long, and thinking that the wife personally cooked, wasting it would be too shameful, so they tried it. Only then did they know how delicious it was. Everyone was eating leisurely at first, but now, Thune consciously sped up, and the corn porridge they never thought the throat-scratching corn could make something so delicious. While eating, they couldn't help but glance at Suyu, their eyes full of curiosity and disbelief, as if trying to see through her. Suyu lowered her head and insolently, only showing the top of her head, not letting anyone see her expression. This meal was too agonizing. She could feel the pressure off everyone's gazes. Finally, full, she looked up and Sewevrion had finished their bowls. And the braised dishes. She was stunned. "You're not full?" Wenhin smiled gently. "We're full, wife. It was very delicious. Before, we would throw these away. Now, thinking about it, it's quite wasteful. A pity. Before, we didn't know how to handle or make these braised dishes." Suyu nodded, thinking she'd make more next time. Beasts are beastmen. Their constitution is special. They need to eat a lot of food to maintain energy for hunting. After eating, Bei directly revealed his true form: a 2-meter-tall 9-tailed red fox. Suyu was amazed upon seeing it. The red fox. Mao is so beautiful. She understands Shui her previous self wanted to use fox fur for clothes. Bei Yi's beast form is too tall. Suyu simply can't get up. Hopping a few times was useless. Bei Yi's fox eyes held a smile, finding her very cute. He used his tail to coil around her and gently placed her on his back. "Do you know where there are many medicinal herbs?" She wanted to gather herbs to cure the poison in her body, and also treat Wen Han and the others for their internal and external injuries. These injuries severely affected cultivation, and were very painful. Her previous self-abuse had triggered a mental frenzy in them, worsening the poison and injuries. She felt responsible for resolving these. A good husband doesn't let his wife owe anything. Bei Yi said, "I know. I'll take my wife there." He knew a place with many herbs, but the varieties were complex. Usually only witch doctors could identify them, and it was easy to get poisoned. But he didn't care about these, and carried Suyu there. Bei Yi ran very fast. Suyu instinctively judged him. She found hugging fox fur and hugging a snake's body felt completely different. The fox fur was beautiful and soft, with a light fragrance, clean and pleasant. As if bewitched, she reached out and touched him. Bei Yi trembled, stopping in the mountain forest, asking in a low, hoarse voice, "Wife, what are you touching?" Suyu snapped back to her senses, her scalp tingling. "And nothing, don't misunderstand. I just accidentally grabbed the fur." This was the mountain forest. No one could save her. Although there was a beast husband contract preventing her from killing him, he could torture and take revenge, just like her previous self abused him. Suyu dared not act recklessly again and withdrew her hand from Bei Yi's fur. That fox fur was indeed beautiful and pleasant to touch, with an exquisite feel, but she still wanted to live. She liked this environment of dense mountains and forests rich in resources. This is so much better than Desert City. Thinking of Bei's killing intent and hatred, she felt like crying, but had no tears. Bei, noticing her unusual state, immediately transformed into human form, hugged her tightly, and gently placed her on the ground. "Wife, master, what's wrong?" He lowered his head, looking pitiful and adorable, a sight she had never seen before, making it hard for anyone to speak harsh words. Suyu stared at their toes, explaining softly, "I didn't mean to grab your fox fur on purpose. You were running too fast, and if I didn't hold on, I would have fallen off." She refused to admit she was actually stroking the fox fur. She thought to herself, this fox fur would be so warm and comfortable to sleep with, like hugging a snow chicken. As soon as she had this thought, she was startled. Shaking her head vigorously to dismiss the idea, Bei looked down at her, her delicate and adorable appearance startling him, making his heart soften as well. He used to despise Hertiply, but his heart now told him she was different. He wanted to touch her hair, but his body still retained the old reluctance to get close, so he restrained himself. He softened his voice and said, "It's okay, you can grab it whoever you want." Suyu was stunned, looking up at Bei, meeting his gorgeous, captivating, incantangiate tender and gentle eyes. He doesn't plan to seek revenge. Suyu sighed in relief and replied, okay? It seems the beast husband contract is useful, but she also needs to control herself to avoid being retaliated against after the contract is dissolved. She understands their hatred for her former self. If she were in their place, she would want revenge too. Bei transformed back into his beast form, carefully wrapping his foxtail around Suyu, placing her on his back. Just as Hugh is about to leave, Suyu suddenly said, "Wait." Suyu walked to a tree and exclaimed in surprise, "This is the wheat tree. This tree is thicker and taller than the wheat stalks from the end times, with large golden grains on top." Bei walked to her side and asked, "What's wrong?" "This is food. It's colored wheat," Suyu said excitedly, analyzing. "With wheat, we can eat flour-based foods." Bei understood her meaning and asked, "Does wife master want to harvest it?" Suyu nodded, cut down the whole plant. Because they had discovered wheat, Suyu looked at it much more favorably. If it hadn't led her down this path, she would never have found it. Later, they could make flour-based foods. Bei didn't know what flour-based foods were, but seeing her happy, his heart also felt joy. Although half of his face was dark, the smile between his brows and eyes was genuine, and his eyes seemed like a pool of clear, clean, jade green water. Bei quickly cut down the wheat stalks, and Suyu directly stored them in her space. Watching the wheat instantly disappear, Bei was stunned. Space ability? Suyu wedded. Bei was inwardly shocked. Dual-type abilities, and rare ones at that, space and healing abilities. It was truly unbelievable. This was their wife master, who in Beast Emperor City was called a useless, good-for-nothing, vicious female beast, constantly subjected to rumors and gossip, enduring disgust and disdainful looks. If those people knew she had dual-type abilities, Hope knows how they would react. Could it be that having ability changed her? No matter what, it was a good change. Seeing her act like a normal female beast these past 2 days, they were both shocked and worried she might wake up one day and revert to Harold's self. Bei regained his composure and said, "What else does wife Mister need? As long as she remained normal, he would get her whatever she wanted." Suyu looked around, first searching to see if there was any more wheat nearby. After turning around and finding nothing, seeing her disappointment, Bei transformed back into his original form and leaped onto a tall tree to look into the distance. Using his fox eye ability, consuming his special energy, he discovered another wheat plant half a valley away, several hundred meters out. He came down from the tree and said, "There's one more. I'll take you there." Bai placed her on his back and leaped away. He quickly cut the wheat stalk, and Suyu used her mind to store it in her space. At that moment, the space system excitedly said, "Host, 60 meters to the right is cabbage." Sideways eyes brightened even more. She looked, and sure enough, it was cabbage. Although they were al normal size, it was enough. With cabbage, they could make dumplings, wontons, and stuffed pancakes. She took out her bone knife and excitedly dug up the cabbage. Bei walked over and silently helped. "Let me do it, wife, you rest." He thought it looked like grass, but seeing her excitement, it definitely wasn't grass. Could it also be food? Suyu said with a smile, "It's fine, it's dig together." She stared at the cabbage, muttering, "This is cabbage. It can be used for dumplings and buns, and can also be stir-fried or pickled into sour cabbage. In winter, stir-fried sour cabbage with cured meat, paired with the cured meat smoked in advance. And we won't have to worry about food." Thinking about the difficulty of hunting in winter, Saiwei's mind was filled with delicious food. Bei, hearing this was food, immediately helped dig. Soon, all the cabbage was stored in the space. Next, they went to gather herbs. Bei transformed into his fox form and carried her deep into the mountain forest. An hour later, they reached Thevely. Suyu smelled the herbal fragrance, her face full of excitement. Bei reminded, "Some herbs are poisonous. Previously, wild beasts died from poisoning. Suyu nodded. I know. She recognized most medicinal herbs, and for those she didn't, she could rely on the space system to identify them. Suyu recognized the fox body, took the bone knife to dig for herbs, and saw several key medicinal ingredients that could detoxify her body. Hidden dangers in the body, restoring appearance, and it can also be used as a hemostatic and insect repellent medicine. By noon, Suyu said, Bei, it's time for lunch. I have sweet potatoes in my space. Bei said, don't move. I'll go at wild game. He wasn't at ease, transformed into his fox form, scattered fox fur around, so he could rush back if there was danger. As soon as Suyu was left alone, she heard a cold, Makingla. She immediately became alert and asked her space system, did you discover anything? The system said, host, it didn't discover anything. The medicinal herb by your foot is poisonous. Suyu said, I heard a voice filled with Kalinjantant, probably the 5 beast husbands from my previous life want to kill me. The system comforted, I can protect you. By a syringed fox fur has power. If there's danger, it will come. Just as Suyu was thinking this, the sharp-beaked black bird attacked her. The fox fur emitted a red glow, blocking the Taksu was surprised. It turns out Bei was really protecting her. The black bird swooped down again. Suyu defended herself with a bone knife while absorbing the aura of Theplins. At that moment, a flaming arrow pierced the black bird. Bei landed in front of her, his 9 tails shielding her. 2 more black birds appeared. One of them transformed into human form and shouted, Bei, you've been hit with fire poison. Fighting forcefully will drive your spirit to madness. It's not worth it for this vicious female beast. Our master has a secret method to break the beast husband contract. If she dies, you won't die either. Cooperate with us, and we'll teach you the secret method. Hearing this, Suyu's expression changed drastically. She hurriedly absorbed natural aura to boost their special abilities, but this required time. She absolutely could not entrust her life to someone else. Bei gave a weak smile. She is my wife, master. No one shall think of harming her. Having said that, he forcibly activated the magical artifact, mobilizing the supernatural energy within his body. Su Yue behind him could feel the scorching flame aura enveloping him. His dazzling figure shot arrows towards the 3 black birds. One of them suddenly turned, hitting the speaking black bird. The black bird vomited blood, looking at Bei Yi in disbelief. You are seeking death. As words fell, it plummeted to the ground, burned toshes by the flames. The other 2 black birds were also shot dead. Only then did Bei Yi turn back, carefully checking if Su Yue was injured. Su Yue shook her head. I'm fine. At this moment, she noticed Bei Yi's fox-like eyes glowing with a crimson red. Bei Yi, what's wrong with you? She remembered what the black bird had said earlier. Bei Yi was desperately trying to suppress the berserk transformation, his head splitting with pain, his body trembling. The fire poison surged up, blood spilled from the corner of his mouth. He could barely maintain his human form, collapsing to the ground. Don't come near me, I might hurt you. Run away quickly. He wanted to distance himself, but having exhausted his supernatural energy, he was too weak to move. Su Yue looked at Bei Yi, feeling somewhat moved inside. I won't run. You became like this to save me. I won't leave you alone. She cherished the kindness of others, especially since Bei Yi had saved her. Disregarding his own safety, Suyu stepped forward, tentatively placing her hand on his head, releasing her healing energy. Bei Yi finally fell unconscious. Su Yi entered his spiritual consciousness. Within the spiritual consciousness Su Yi saw a young Bei Yi being beaten and cursed by a crowd. Kill him, he and his father both deserve to die. Little Bei Yi silently protected something in his embrace, waiting for the crowd to leave before limping back to the mansion, boiling water to prepare medicine. Father, it's time for your medicine. Later, Bei Yi's father's condition worsened. Bei Yi knelt. He sought the family head to invite a witch doctor, but didn't see anyone, and was even kicked out by the guards. His father ultimately died in the snowy weather. After he returned, he was scolded again. Su Ye's heart ached unbearably. She rushed over, crouched down, and hugged Bei Yi. "It's alright, everything will be better from now on," she said, channeling all her wood-type ability into his body. After Bei Yi went berserk, his spirit was trapped in Hsiaoth, his body in pain, unable to save his father. In his moment of despair, Su Yi transformed into a beam of light and appeared. Her warm smile and aura made Bei Yi unable to resist drawing closer. "You are very good, don't listen to their nonsense." Warm light surged in, repairing his spiritual sea. Within the spiritual sea, Bei Yi transformed into his adult form. The nine-tailed red fox spiritual body entwined Su Yi, holding her tightly. His fox eyes carried a bewitching aura. Su Yi felt her whole body weak and numb, completely unable to withstand it. Bei Yi's fox eye slightly curved, his 9 foxtails tightly wrapped around Su Yi, yet he controlled them carefully. Afraid of hurting her, Su Yi desperately tried to avoid Bei Yi. "Wake up, don't you hate him? Look at who I am." Realizing Bei Yi was still in a frenzied state, Su Yi once again channeled wood-type ability to soothe him. When Bei Yi's eyes regained peace, she hurriedly withdrew from his spiritual sea. Due to excessive consumancy, Su Yi's legs went weak, and she almost fell. At this moment, Bei Yi awoke, and after returning to human form, he immediately embraced her. "Wife, be careful." He lowered his head to gaze at Su Yi, his eyes tender and soft. In the past, every time he went berserk, Bei Yi would sink into the snowy, desperate predicament of his youth, and after waking, his body would also be weak for a long time. But this time, Su Yi, like sunlight, dispelled the darkness. In that moment, in his eyes, Su Yi was beautiful. It was thrilling, her appearance was flawless, and the aura around her was warm and fragrant, making his spiritual body involuntarily tightening around her. Sideways cheeks burned as she pushed against Bai's chest, her palm touching his firm abdominal muscles, then quickly pulling back as if scalded. "You first, let me go first." At this moment, the space system excitedly announced, "Host, letting her hug me has upgraded me." The space farmlandis doubled in size, and a pool of spiritual spring water has emerged. Hearing about the spiritual spring water, Suyu was thrilled. The spiritual spring water not only tempers the body, but also restores supernatural abilities. Checking the space through her thoughts, Suyu indeed saw the spiritual spring well, though the water volume was not much. The system then prompted, "The more intimate contact the host has with her beast husband, the more spiritual spring water will increase." Bei Yi was originally reluctant to let go, but upon hearing Sideways words, though filled with unwillingness, he slowly released her. There was still a trace of regret in his eyes. Su Yi breathed a sigh of relief and asked with concern, "How are you feeling? Ready? What's going on with the fire poison inside your body?" It's fine. It's all right now, Bei," he said with a laugh. "The fire poison was administered by the Zhu family when I was a child." The Zhu family? Su Yi knew Bei Yi came from a beast. The Zhu family of the imperial city is the son of the family head, but follows his father's surname, Bei. Su Yi felt guilty and said, "Sorry, because of me back then, you were forced to marry over as a beast husband." Suffering. Back then, the previous elf at the Beast Emperor's banquet took a liking to the Zhu family heir, Zhu Hejing, and forced the Zhu family to have Zhu Hejing marry into the family. The Zhu family helplessly agreed, but used the unfavored Bei Yi as a substitute. Bei Yi gently helped Su Yi's tidith hair messed up by the wind. His voice, gentle, "It's not your fault. Leaving the Zhu family was a good thing for me. The fire poison was planted very early, precisely to control me." Suddenly, Bei Yi's expression froze. The fire poison has been suppressed, and even partially resolved. He looked at Su Yi in shock. Theksu family had once asserted that this fire poison was a secret medicine of Zhu family, and no one could cure it. Su Ye said seriously, "Don't worry, once my special ability strengthens, I can completely help you remove the fire poison. For now, I can only slowly help you suppress it. Only the medicine in the valley can suppress the fire poison." She had a way to make Bai Yi no longer suffer from the torment of the fire poison. Thinking of Bai Yi's silent line during the severe pain of the fire poison daily, Su Yushert was filled with heartache. Bai Yi was inwardly shaken. Unable to help himself, he tightly embraced her again, wishing Heck press her into his very heart. "Wife master, thank you." At this moment, 1,000 words all converged into this one phrase of gratitude. His fox eyes, due to excitement, took on a trace of the bizarre. The corners of his eyes flickered lightly. "Utterly enchanting," he said in a hoarse voice. Before, when the fire poison flared up, it was never this easy to suppress, and it could even dissipate a little. This is already beyond imagination. These words ignited hope in Bai Yi. He had originally thought he would lose his life to the fire poison. After all, his father's vengeance remained unavenged, and his maternal-grandparents' whereabouts were unknown. He couldn't just die like this. Listening to Bai Yi's trembling voice, Su Yue couldn't help but sigh inwardly that her former self had been truly vicious. To her, several beast husbands, Bai Yi and the others stayed by her side, each for their own bitter reasons. She secretly resolved to cure their bodies and return their freedom. One day, the fire poison will be completely eradicated, Su Ye stated with certainty. As long as the wood element ability levels up, curing the fire poison is not a difficult matter. Noticing that Bai Yi kept holding in without letting go, continuing like this wasn't a solution. Moreover, the space had already leveled up due to this intimate contact. Holding on further wouldn't have much effect. Su Ye's soft liar minded him, "It's getting late. Eat first, finish gathering herbs in the afternoon, and come home early." She's thinking about going home to grind wheat flour. The tribes. The stone mill comes in handy right now, and using supernatural abilities can speed up the grinding process. Bai is only then reluctantly, "Let go of the land first, it's better to eat something. You've been busy all morning, mistress must be starving," he said. "Wait, my wife, I've hunted 2 pheasants my wife, I've hunted 2 pheasants." Siwei's eyes lit up. "Then we were eating pheasant." Tan saw her excited look. Bai's eyes lifted at Theckerner's, revealing a stunning smile. "Okay, I'll like you to get it." He wasn't comfortable leaving Suyu alone, so he quickly carried her to the place where it was kept. The wild chickens in this place, the Setwo wild chickens, are really big. These wild chickens are much bigger than the chickens raised in the apocalypse base. Half the wild chicken meat is firm and delicious. Suyu, in the post-apocalyptic world, can't eat wild animals and still doesn't know the wild. What does chicken taste like? Bai was taken aback for a moment. In the past, his wife had always complained that wild pheasants were too small and not tasty. Siwei's eyelashes trembled slightly. "A bit awkward, that was for now. I think chicken must be delicious." Bai's eyes full of tenderness. "The wife likes it. I'll hunt more pheasants in the future." Suyu suggests we all eat together. From now on, when you all hunt and bring back game, I'll make delicious food for everyone. Looking at Thefacent, Siwei's stomach started to growl. After looking around, sheest, "You caught it around here. May there are wild eggs. If they could hatching chicks, then you can eat chicken and eggs anytime you want." Bai heard Thatsuyu is interested in wild eggs. "Say it now, look for it." Suyu suggested we search together, thinking the space system might be able to help. Sure enough, after turning around, the space system excitedly prompted, "Host, walk another 100 meters forward, under the tree. There are wild bird eggs in the grass." Suyu quickly walked over, and indeed, there were, surprisingly, 15 of them. Siwei's eyes and brows curved into a smile. "One," Bai asked. "Does the wife want to eat? I'll grill it For you, Su Ye observed carefully and said, take it back first. As long as the temperature is suitable, the eggs can hatch into chicks. After saying this, carefully place the eggs into the empty. Then the two came to Thestream's side. Suyu prepared to handle the pheasant. Bei took the initiative to take over from me, period. Wait a moment, it'll be ready soon. Hugh is skilled in his movements, and after finishing the preparations, he intended to roast the pheasant. Su Ye, however, suggested. She took mushrooms, scallions, and ginger from her space, stuffed them into the chicken's belly, and applied the seasoning. Wrapped in lotus leaves, then covered with mud by saw. This method for the first amesi we introduced. Dig a pit. You can eat it once you start a fire and roast it. Although Bei found it novel, seeing Siwei's high spirits, he followed along and roasted it during the process. A rich aroma wafted out. Bei, who was not accustomed to eating lunch, was also enticed by the appetite-whetting roast. Alright, Bei pried open the mud. As Suyu had said, the chicken was still very hot. Then Bai cut it open with a small knife. Chicken, placed on a lotus leaf, after using fire-type abilities to regulate the temperature, Handedo Suyu at just the right warmth. You can eat now. Bai looked at Suyu, his eyes full of tenderness. During the meal, he took care of her attentively, looking exactly like someone who takes pleasure in caring for his wife. He has long since cast aside thought of leaving from before. At the back of the head, Sua took the lotus leaf wrapped chicken, took a bite, and the aroma of that chicken instantly filled his mouth. The wild chicken tasted exceptionally good with the fragrance of lotus leaves, and her eyes and eyebrows are curved. With a brilliant smile, Bai focused on cutting the chicken pieces, making it easier for Suyu to eat. Suyu ate a few bites and said to him, you eat too. It's fine. I'm not hungry, wife. You eat first. Bei is worried that the chickens aren't enough for her to eat. I was planning to wait until she finished eating, and if it wasn't enough, I'd go hunting again. But Suyu said, let it eat together. Can't eat too much. Otherwise, it would be a waste of this moment. Bei saw chicken crumbs at the corner of her mouth. Suyu noticed his gaze. What's wrong with looking up and meeting his captivating fox-like eyes? Is there something on my face? She reached out to touch her face and licked his lips again. This action caused Bei's eyes to darken. His Adam's apple bobbed. Nothing else. Don't move. He leaned in near, reaching out a finger to gently wipe away the crumbs at the corner of her mouth. Siwei's lips tingled with the numbing sensation, and her heart skipped a beat. A pat Bei's fingertip sensation made her gaze grow increasingly dark, her fingers reluctant to withdraw. Suyu determined. Calming her mind, she thought Hugh was only being nice to her because of the fire poison, so she suppressed the ripples in her heart and urged him. Dao, you should eat quickly too. 2 meals a day, you won't have the strength to hunt. Bei's expression was complicated as he said in a low voice, I have strength. Very capable. Su was completely baffled. Only under her insistence did Bai start eating the chicken rice. Later, Bei used a towel dipped in water to carefully help Suyu wipe her fingers. Suyu was not used to Itan said she would go wash by the river. Bei used a clentowel to help her dry off. Then Suyu went tadig for medicinal herbs. Bei want to help, but she politely you don't understand, some medicinal herbs are poisonous. I'll do it myself. Bei had no choice but to. As the sky darkened on Theside, the two prepared to go home. Bei transformed into his fox form, wrapping his tail around Suyu, letting her sit on his back and walk for a while. He noticed Suyu was sitting very properly, so he said, wife, you can hold me tight, otherwise I'll have to slow down, and we'll be late getting home. Suyu reached out and hugged. He was instantly enveloped in soft fox fur and an intoxicating fragrance. Bei nearly lost this balance. A surge of heat rose, the speeding faster and faster. Upon reaching home, Wenhan saw Sayu tightly holding Bei, and in his heart, a moment of dullness. He quickly stepped forward, naturally, lifting Suyu off Bei's back. The wife master has returned. Suyu felt the coolness emanating from Wenhan's body and immediately found it comfortable, having been previously scorched by Bei's blazing temperature. The feeling is gone, wife. Are you tired? Wenhan gently helped her to her hair, his eyes carrying. Suyu came back to her senses, shaking her head and saying, I'm fine. This little thing won't tire him out. As she spoke, she stepped back. Stepping back, she avoided Wenhan's touch. Seeing her dodge, a flicker of loss passed through Wenhan's eyes, an inexplicable feeling stirring in his heart. A sour and astringent feeling welled up in my heart. Su Yue didn't want to immerse herself in their tenderness, and tried hard to keep herself rational. I gathered some medicinal herbs, first drying them in the courtyard, then processing them into medicine packs, which can be used to relieve my own ailments, and poison can also help Bei suppress the fire poison. She glanced at the sweet potato starch. Probably won't be able to make noodles tonight. But the starch has distilled, Suyu said. Pour out the water on top, leaving the sweet potato starch. Just as Wenhan nodded, using his special ability to suck the water out of the vat. According to common sense, sweet potato starch needs to be dried. Suyu thought of Bei's fire-based special ability. He had used it to help dry her hair before. She turned her head to look at Bei. Never expected Bei to be staring at her. Their gazes met. Can't these starches be baked dry? Just like drying in the sun. Bei smiled and agreed. In no time, Bei used his special ability to bake the starch dry, asking, Wife, is this okay? Sai reached out and touched it, smiling as she said, Very good. I'll give it to you tonight. Making sweet potato noodles, she left some to use as bowls, and stored the rest of thetarid noodles. Jiaonan watched. Surrounding Suyu, Wenhan and Bei felt a bit sour inside. That night, Suyu arranged a roe, bonefish ball soup, braised pork, stir-fried cabbage, and sweet potato noodles. Everyone found them especially delicious. Especially its sweet potato noodles. The texture is smooth. Never had it before when eating. Wenhan looks at Suyu with heartache. Fingers say, the wife's cooking is too delicious. From now on just give us the word, and let us do it for you. My palm is all scalded. It must hurt. While stir-frying, Saiwei's finger was splashed with oil. She thought it was nothing. Wenhan said with a heartish look at Suyu, this little burn doesn't hurt, and a very own helped with the cooking. In the apocalypse, getting injured and bleeding is a common occurrence. She has long been numb to pain, and a simple bandage will do. Not so sentimental. When Han stared at Suyu, seeing her dazed expression turn calm again, his heart felt as if it were. At that moment of the prick, Sai exuded an aura of loneliness and desolation all around, as if thorns had been raised, isolating everything, everyone. Bei and Jiaonan also noticed the change in her aura. Her expression became distant and aloof. The family was originally eating happily, but upon noticing Saiwei's unhappiness, they all fell silent after the meal, and everyone scrambled to clearing the dishes. Suyu went to the courtyard to prepare the herbs. Wenhan finished tidying Yupin, immediately came to Saiwei's side, said, Wife, if there's anything, I'll do it. Suyu responded, It's fine. I can manage it myself. Wenhan looked, watching her figure. My heart is full of pity. Carefully apologizing, sorry, I shouldn't have during the meal. Saying that, is the wife angry? Suyu said, not angry. Her response was normal. But Wenhan always felt there was a barrier between them, preventing him from getting close. He could unhesitantly accompany her, not knowing what to say. Jiaonan watched for a while and went back into the house. Bei was looking for something Toto in the yard, but there was no work. Just take a rag and wipe the doorframe. Suyu busied herself for a while and made 4 insect repellent sachets. These 3 are for you. Placed by the bedside, it can repel insects. Wenhan took the insect repellent sachet, his heart filled with complex emotions since that incident the day before yesterday. Saiwei's temperament has changed drastically. She has been busy for them these 2 days, and she eats very little. Why is she like this? suddenly being so nice to everyone? Wenhan couldn't figure out her thoughts. It wasn't like his previous malice and paranoia. At a glance, one could see through Wenhan softly saying, "Thank you, wife." Master Suyu responding, "You're welcome, you all take care. I still hunting adventurously. What I do is nothing much anyway. I have to make insect repellent packs myself. Might as well do it in passing. Do a few more, it's no trouble," Wenhan said, as beast husbands. "Taking care of our wife masteress what we should do." Suyu smiled, "You are good to me, I also want to be good to you. Care is mutual, there is nothing owed. Should not, I only hope you can remember my good. Don't turn around and deal with me." Wenhan's eyes flashed a trace of darkness, understanding her fear of being hurt. He knew that words alone were useless. Only actions could reassure her. "Trust yourself." At night, Suyu lay in bed, unable to sleep, when suddenly she caught a familiar, subtle fragrance. "Suddenly opened my eyes, saw the fiery red fox, Bei, by the bedside. Why are you here?" Before they avoiding herself, Shaniver expected someone to appear in her room late at night. Bei, with a pair of fox-like eyes, he stared straight at Su Yue. As soon as Su Yue saw him, she instinctively shrank further into the bed, retreating straight to the wall, putting a great distance between him and Bei. His heart inexplicably obliged, his fox-like eyes ting. "I've wronged my wife, making her treat me like a ferocious beast. He hasn't even gotten close yet, and in the past, he didn't need to do anything." Suyu took the initiative to get close, but now, he knows she is no longer the person choice to be. Bei's gaze rippled. Hook, voice low and hoarse, "I am the wife's beast husband. Worried about the wife, here to keep watch tonight." He lay down, tossing and turning in bed, unable to sleep. "My mind is filled with sideways image, and Mibity grows restless along with it." Suyu warily sized up Bei. "According to previous life memories, this is too abnormal. Aren't you afraid I might drug you?" Before, the predecessor had already given this kind of drug to Jiaonan, originally thinking these words would scare Bei. I didn't expect a flicker of anticipation in his eyes as he slowly leaned closer to his wife, saying, "No need for medicine. I have long belonged to you, my wife." Suyu widened her eyes in shock, hurriedly grabbing the animal hide to wrap around herself. "I'm not feeling well. It's not okay, North." Knight looked at her blushing appearance, though somewhat disappointed, yet found it amusing how pure-hearted the current wife was. "Don't be afraid, wife. Without your permission, I won't do anything. I'm afraid there might be mutated beasts, so I'll stay here and guard. Can you sleep peacefully?" Suyu saw his serious expression, thinking he might be teasing her, or perhaps for the sake of "It's been hard on you to clear up the confusion." She lay down at ease, and soon fell asleep. Bei listened to her breathing, with nothing. Nai sighed, truly at ease, falling asleep so quickly. The moonlight spilled over Sayu, outlining a perfect on the side of the beautiful face. Bei, as if guided by ghosts and gods, extended a foxtail, gently wrapping around her. Suddenly, the atmosphere inside the room. "It's cold." Bei quickly sets up a barrier, then attacks, confronting Wenhan. "You come here. What are you doing?" Wenhan stared at sleeping Suyu, lowering his voice to question, "Should be asking you. Why are you running around in the middle of the night? What are you doing here?" Usually gentle and refined like jade, Wenhan is now exuding a killing aura all over, looking completely the posture of wanting to take action. By raised his eyebrows and smiled, saying, "I am a beast husband, naturally here to accompany my wife master according to the rules. Today, the wife should be with me." Wenhan's gaze darkened. "What are you trying to do?" Bei said with a smile, "Wanting to give myself to my wife, but unfortunately my wife resists very much." Wenhan frowned. "Today in the mountain forest happened." What did you force her to do?" Thinking that Bei might have done something bad to Suyu, he a sharp pain in the chest. Bai snorted coldly. "She is my wife. My affairs with her are none of your business to report." Wenhan said coldly. Don't wake the wife master. Come out. Bei looked at Sai reluctantly and followed. Went out. Wenhan moved his fingers slightly. Countless bamboo thorns aimed at Bei. If you don't love her, don't provoke her. And do not harm her. He worries that Bei might use seductive arts against Suyu. During the meal, Saiwei's eyes are filled with sorrow. When delivering the deworming medicine package, she hesitated to speak, knowing that he didn't trust them. He absolutely will not allow anyone to harm. She went and stared at Bei, her entire body radiating an unassailable aura. Bei seemed to be struck by Wenhen's words. It's lit. His whole body seems to burst into flames. His fox-like eyes slant upward. The pupils ting with the faint, angry red. Wenhen, what nonsense are you talking? How could I harm my wife? As he spoke, flames hovered in his hand, ready to fight with Wenhen at any moment, but he thought he mustn't wake up his wife. She weighs Hoxted today and needs a good rest. Although a barrier boundary was set up, the commotion was too great, and it still wasn't safe. Wenhen was in Saiwei's room. Another barrier has been laid around, ensuring she can sleep peacefully. So what do you intend to do while she's asleep? North. Yi Lion blushed and explained, I just wanted to hug her, no other thoughts. Bei reacted and questioned, Tao, Wenhen, you're not right. Before, no matter what we did to our wife, you never reacted this strongly. Aren't you disgusted with her too? Wenhen's expression turned serious. He was different no. Wenhen sized up Bei. The fire poison aura on Yuhis weakened a lot. The wife master has been organizing your spiritual sea for you. Bei knows. Wenhen is shrewd, with a mysterious background. He used to keep a low profile, but now, high showing his edge. He nodded. Admit it. I find it incredible that my wife can suppress my fire, poison and even remove a part of it. She is so good. How could I hurt her? Wenhen, the wife is not yours alone. I will protect her too. She had seen Su Yu's appearance in the spiritual sea, confirming that she was not the same person as before, but he didn't intend to bring Thismeter up. Wenhen heard these words, withdrew his special ability, and Thetwo of them didn't come to blows. Bei, examining Wenhen, do you still know something? Wenhen was brought to the Beast Emperor city by Saiwei's father. What became of her beast husband Su Fu's instructions? No one knows. His origins also remain a mystery. Wenhen did not answer, but said, Merlin and Shenfeng have not returned. They hold the secret to restraining the beast husband contract, and the people from the Beast Emperor city might pose a threat to the wife master. We must be prepared. Bei's expression was grave. Today, 3 assassins came to the mountain forest to kill the wife master. They are Zhang Mokyuan's people. Wenhen's gaze turned icy. Kill. Yi Dun appeared by the Zhang River. Bei sneered and said, he is the heir of the Zhang family, a celebrity in the Beast Emperor city. Back then, the wife did many crazy things for him. Never expected he would actually send assassins to kill the wife. Truly heartless. Fierce Bei laughed again. That's Finetu. The wife master has nothing to do with him anymore. He remembered the day before yesterday when he made the wife master writing the divorce letter. When the wife agreed to bring up the beloved from the Beast Emperor city, the wife also seemed indifferent. Wenhen said, it's no surprise that he has assassins on the exile road and hides in the Beast Emperor city. Can't come over here. Those killers aren't hard to deal with. Bei sensed there was more to his words. You're worried about Mylin and Shenfeng. These 2 men are still nominally the beast husbands of the wife, having followed her Toth tribe. They must be nearby. If they take action, it will be troublesome. Zhao An was inside the house, meditating and cultivating. Originally, he could have shut off his senses, but unable to resist listening to the commotion outside. After hearing it, he sighed, unable to concentrate his mind. The sea is full of Saiwei's figure. I remember she once said, you are good to me, and as a wife, I also want to be good to you. Take good care of each other. There's no such thing as Should or shouldn't. Zhao and Han had never heard such words before. They have always believed that the beast husbands held take care of the wife, master, and the wife. Master only needs to enjoy, even to the extent that some female beasts stay far away from the kitchen. The chef's statement suggests that Suyu is willing to enter the kitchen. The delicious food she makes is something I've never tasted before. Her while cooking. He's like a completely different person from before. I wonder if he's up to some tricks again. Zhao Nan closed his eyes and sighed, then ate. After she made the delicious food, her heart became unsettled. Unable to focus on cultivation, Suyu knew nothing about this. Slept very well. The next morning, Zhao Nan was waiting at the door, attending to her washing up. Suyu had no choice. After calling Wenhan and Bai over, I can pour water and wash up by myself. You don't need to look after me like this. Looking at Zhao Nan's slightly pale face, I habitually lowered my head and said, I'm sorry. It's my fault for not taking good care of my wife. Please forgive me. The main punishment in the past. If Su was dissatisfied, she would torment them. Suyu gazed at Zhao, who apprehensible and aloof, detached from worldly dust. Nan, having been tormented by his former self to the point of losing his temper, sighed inwardly and hurriedly explained, it's not like that, no need. Apology, I won't punish you I'm just not used to it. You all should go about your business as usual, being watched by others. Washing up, truly uncomfortable. Yuan woke up, just opened his eyes, and saw three stunningly beautiful beast husbands kneeling before her bed. I'm sorry. It's our fault for not taking good care of our wife master. Please punish us, wife master. Suyu, hurry up. No need to apologize for the explanation, just not used to it. You all should go about your business. Zhao Jahan and the other two. Feeling a bit at a loss, Suyu didn't let them do anything, which instead made them feel very. Instead, it made them feel very useless. After breakfast, Bai and Wenhan were responsible for going hunting, while Zhao Nan stayed at home, taking care of Su Yue. Bai looked at Su Yue and instructed, wife, if you going to the mountains and forests, be sure to stay safe. He actually really wants to stay by her side, but can only follow the arrangements. Suyu shakes. First course, I'm not going to the mountains and forests today. There's still a lot to do at home. I'll stay in the tribe and listen. This remark, Wenhan and Bai both breathed a sigh of relief. In the tribe, she will at least be safer. Right. Bai, I prepared medicine to suppress the fire. Poison, drink it after it's brewed, then go hunting. Suyu said. Bai's eyes lit up, his fox-like eyes full of delight. Wife, you're so good to me. I didn't expect Suyu to fin the medicine to suppress the fire poison so quickly. Suyu smiled. The road of exile. You all do your best to protect me. It's only right that I treat you well. You Ariel in good health. These three. This month can also better protect me. Bai heard this, feeling a bit uncomfortable inside. If Suyu has always been like this, 3 months later, he simply doesn't want to leave. Zhao Jahanan starts tidying up the house, boiling water and chopping firewood. He was constantly busy. Although he had an air of noble elegance, he handled tasks with meticulousness and efficiency in every move. All elegant as if creating some piece of art. Bai, while controlling the fire to brew the medicine, couldn't help but glance over. Suyu is using straw to build a nest for the eggs, making it warmer so that the flower spirit chicks can hatch. In the dead of night, my heart inexplicably grew somewhat flustered, and I whispered, wife, the insect repellent sachet you gave us last night. Truly, it works really well to hang insect repellent sachet by the bed. There were no mosquitoes in the room all night. Suyu smiled. That's good. Bai continued. Previously, some people from the tribe bought insect repellent when trading in the city. Bao, none of them work for the mutual market. Sideways eyes lit up at the word. What is that? Bai explained. The city closest to our tribe is Bayan City, which holds a mutual market once a month. Many people from Narbi tribes would bring goods to trade, some purchasing with gold coins, some using items to exchange. Saiwei seemed thoughtful. Then, how many gold coins for a pack of insect repellent medicine at the mutual market? 100 bronze gold coins, Bei, replied Suyu. Exclaimed in surprise. So expensive? Bei nodded. Medicine? The price of medicinal ingredients is relatively expensive, and for beastmen who have suffered severe injuries, buying medicinal ingredients or seeking treatment at a clinic is even more expensive. A small box of hemostacticdicine costs 500 bronze coins. Suyu, upon hearing this, had an idea in mind. Make some insect repellent packs and hemostatic packs too. Sell to the nurse, earn some gold coins, so she can buy more. When was the last time there were many things? Suyu asked. And there are still half a month until Bei returns. Suyu thought to herself, she could prepare a lot of things in these 2 weeks. She also asked some. Regarding the questions about nurses, Bei answered each. 1. Suyu plans to sell deworming medicine packs, an anti-blood medicine pack. After earning gold coins, find the blacksmith to craft some things, such as an oven, frying pan, iron pot, etc. You can also use kern meal to make some food to sell. Jahan watched the two Chitingan laughing happily, his heart. A strange feeling welled up inside her, but when she thought of what Suyu had done before, she still couldn't easily trusting her. Baya poured out the brewed medicine. Then she went to deal with dregs and clean the pot. Then with a calm expression, she drank the medicine in one go. Suyu looked at her numb appearance, feeling in his heart. She must have suffered a lot before. She knows how bitter this medicine is, yet she didn't even frown. Suyu took a few rock candies from the space and placed them in Bai's palm. This is sugar. Holding it in the mouth can remove the medicine taste. Bei hadn't seen this kind of candy before, and without much thought, put it in the mouth. A stream of an indescribable sweetness spread, seeping straight into the heart. So sweet. Bei's heart gave a sudden tremor, growing this so big, tormented by fire poison. No one ever cared if her medicine was bitter, and no one gave her candy to eat. The fox-like eyes, rarely serious, were veiled with a mist, behind which lay a shimmering tenderness. The wife master is really so good. Suyu met her gaze, thinking she probably wouldn't moved by such words, right? 3 months later, when she regains her freedom, she probably won't take action against herself. Baya looked at the unruly and defiant. In reality, having never experienced warmth since childhood, Suyu felt that making peace with her and offering more warmth was the way to go. Should be useful. Bei naturally had no idea what was on her mind. At that moment, the corners of her eyes lifted slightly, a delicate and alluring charm shimmering. In a low and hoarse voice said, "Mistress, can it always be like this from now on?" Suyu didn't know how to answer for a moment. Haven't thought it through yet. A pain in the palm. It was Bei gripping her hand, eyes panicked. "Wife, you will always be here, right?" Suyu quickly nodded with a smile. "Don't worry, won't go back to how it was before. I straight away like this." Baiyu is finally at ease, looking at his wife's smile. His heart felt sweet and honeyed, also sharing in it. Not sure if it was the sweetness of the sugar or some other reason, but for the first time, she felt that drinking medicine isn't so bitter and didn't resist it anymore. After drinking the medicine, Bei was reluctant to leave. She needed to go hunting to gather food and firewood for the winter. Must not let the wife starve or suffer from the cold. After Bei left, Suyu took the wheat that had been stored in the space yesterday. Take it out and peel the wheat grains. In the Beast World continent, the wheat grains are 2 to 3 times larger than in the apocalypse, so you can peel her directly. Peeling for a while, then glancing at Zhao Jahan, wanting to ask for his help, yet fearing to anger him and be pierced through by his blade. Xiaonan split the firewood had chopped yesterday and stacked it neatly. Sensing Saiwei's gaze, he turned head looking over. Dost wife have something? Zhao Jahan added, I have already cupped and stacked the firewood. I don't know what else needs to be done, please instruct. Wife master. Suyu looked at the serious expression like, it's a bit of a stretch, so she pursed her lips and said, these wheat grains need to be husked, then sun-dried, and then they can make food. All right, I'll make these. Suyu forced out a kind smile, then I'll trouble you. She instinctively kept her distance and restraint when facing Zhao Jahan, who was manipulating his supernatural abilist. The wheat grains were very quickly thresh, all fallen into the wooden bucket beside. Suyu was astonished. Psychic abilities could be used like this. Comparable to using my own hands, it's much faster, thank you. Zhao Jahan's expression shifted, giving her a meaningful glance. Before he never said thank you. This is what I should do. No need to say thank you. Suyu in the yard aside. Pour the wheat grains out to sun. The weather is sunny and bright. If sunned for a noon, then in the afternoon they can be taken for grinding. The mill produces flour, and in the evening, we can make noodles to eat. Sideways Iser filled with anticipation. At this very moment, a clear, cold voice suddenly came from the doorway, as chilling and remote as snow falling in an empty valley. Suyu looked up towards the door and saw a stunningly elegant figure in black standing at the entrance. The man, beautiful to an unreal extent, like a rose blooming in the dark night. Sai recognized him at a glance. It was Mai Kinkin, one of her 5 beast husbands. His true form is the Netherworld Black Panther, and his beast identity belongs to a noble aristocratic family. The next heir of the Mai family, in his previous life, caught a fleeting glimpse of Mai Kinkin at the Imperial Palace's birthday banquet. He simply kept thinking that had no idea what means her father had used to actually make the Mai family agree to marry Mai Kinkin off. Come here. Unconstrained is formidable, exuding an intimidating aura all around. Every time the former body wanted to get close, the body will feel unwell. To this day, I haven't even touched his sleeve. Mai Kinkin sideways gaze, trembling, her voice involuntarily quivering. Mai Kinkin's gaze towards her was filled with utter disgust. Then it turned into an indifferent thought. You have to be careful. All the space system suddenly spoke up. The predecessor has always been unable to. Upon seeing this beast of Amen, he was filled with rage and threw his extremely impotent lift-bound sword into the death cliff. He's definitely back this time to settle the score with you. Sideways' face suddenly changed. The lifebound's word has been with him since childhood. The magical artifact, accompanied by its master, she hastily attempted to absorb the surrounding wood elemental energy to enhance your strength, only to find it utterly ineffective. No progress is not right, system. The vegetation here is lush. The natural atmosphere is thick. Why is my wood ability is not even at level alone, almost no growth? System explains. Host, beast world continent. The rules of heaven may differ. Your ability is very unique. Leveling up might not be easy. Perhaps you have to. Through intimacy with the beast husband, one can improve at. This time, Mai Kinkin's rose-like lips curled slightly, cold. In the midst of stunning beauty, danger lurks, hidden. With a mocking tone, she said, so my wife still remembers him. After saying this, she took out a sword. That sword is enveloped in black energy all around. Its blade, broken and decayed. Surely, wife master, you must be no stranger to the sword. Mai Kinkin's gaze was sharp as a blade. Su Yie looked at this sword. His pupils abruptly constrict. In his memory, it once so sharp and formidable at Onsuis. Now it lies as if mortally wounded and dying. A really retichetto, a useless sword. Oh, heavens. Host, what a fine sword. To be retichetto, such a state. The spatial system exclaims. A life-bound sword shares a spiritual connection with its master. Mai Kinkin must be absolutely furious. Right now, host, you better hide for a while. Sideways expression. Unkin's phoenix eyes tinged with a Bloodthirsty dark hue. It seems wife master remembers everything. Then we should properly settle our old scores.